Oh shit, hello, welcome to the Elland Road Roundup with me, Rob Mulholland. It's my weekly look back at all the events surrounding Leeds United. And this week began with a trip down to Arsenal in the Fizzy Pop Cup. And on the flight down to London, Kalvin Philips posted this story on his Instagram, which is a horrific example of him height-shaming the beautiful and statuesque Ilan Meslier. Height-shaming is a serious issue, right? Ilan can't help being such a magnificent creature, and actually, most cinemas have raked seating nowadays, so that shouldn't be an issue, actually, Kalvin, so leave that poor, tall, beautiful man alone. And this has nothing to do with the fact that I'm about an inch taller than Ilan Meslier. Nothing. And then, unfortunately, when we got off the plane, we had to go and play a game of football at Arsenal's enormous, soulless corporate megadome. Arsenal in recent times have passed the baton of London's banter club to Tottenham, but still, Mikel Arteta always looks like he's just remembered he's left the iron on at home. The game was a chance to see a couple of old flames though, with Leeds United promotion winner and perennial quiz question answer Emile Smith-Rowe there, as well as possibly Leeds United's greatest ever loan player, Ben White. Seeing Ben White at Arsenal's difficult, to be honest. It wasn't easy seeing him go back to Brighton, but at least that was his high school sweetheart. Now it feels like seeing your ex with a new fella and seems a bit soft and flash and mental, but you know, he's got a lot of money and she seems happy, so you just sort of have to move on and accept that it was right person, wrong time, as so often happens in life. And hey, it's alright because you found someone new anyway and they're beautiful. The game itself was nothing much to write home about, to be honest with you. In the first half, Leeds were probably the better side. We controlled the game very well and Llorente's passing was at its absolute best. But at half-time, Bielsa made some of his standard cup game pre-planned substitutions in order to protect some of the more jelly-legged of our team, which led to us losing control and then the game. The most horrible irony of it all was that the first goal came directly from Ben White getting injured. He was replaced by Callum Chambers, who came on and immediately scored from a corner with his first touch. Talk about a double whammy. From there, we went on to lose 2-0, but ultimately, who gives a flying fuck? It's the League Cup. I couldn't give a shit. Like, we're down near the bottom of the table, so ultimately, you've got to say, it's another genius move from Marcelo Bielsa to get us the fuck out of that pointless cup. Like, seriously, it's the League Cup. Some people were getting dead angry about it on the internet, that we'd gone out of this fucking pointless tournament where even if we'd stayed in, we would have ended up losing to fucking Chelsea's reserves or something. It's the League Cup. It's the most pointless trophy going. Is less important than your mum's moon cup. Here's a list of things I care about more than the League Cup. Well, I don't care about the Kardashians, James Corden and whatever he does. I don't care about Candy Crush, but I care about it more than the fucking League Cup. I don't care about Liechtenstein or celebrities going off a ski jump, who's turning on the local Christmas lights, but I care about it more than the fucking League Cup. Fuck the League Cup. We'll get back to the video in a second. If you're enjoying it, make sure you subscribe to the channel right now and press that like button. Go on, or I'll kick you in the face, probably. I don't know. I don't know where you are. And if you're really enjoying it, head over to patreon.com/Rob Mulholland, where you can support me from as little as £1 a month, and you, in return, get every one of my videos entirely ad-free, plus some little perks that'll chuck up there. Ooh. Make sure you also subscribe to my comedy channel, Rob Mulholland Comedy, where I've got stand-up specials and funny videos all the time. Check me out on Damn Daniel podcast every week, and head over to robcomedy.co.uk where you can sign up to my mailing list to make sure that you are the first to find out when I'm going on tour. Right, back to the video. In the days after the game, a couple of our players showed once again what thoroughly wonderful young men this entire squad is. With first Patrick Bamford giving a wonderful interview talking about Josh Carvalho coming out and being currently the only top-flight gay male player in the world. Well, who's open about it anyway. It's mad that it is brave to come out as gay as a footballer in 2021, but it definitely is. So big up Josh, and what an incredible thing to do, and hopefully the wave of support and love that he's received will mean that more footballers are comfortable coming out and feel that they can be comfortable being who they truly are, because gay footballers exist. They are there. They are playing currently, possibly for us or another team. And also, Stuart Dallas gave an emotionally raw and honest and very vulnerable interview talking about recently losing one of his best friends and the grief that he's been going through. And God, I think everyone watching that felt for Stuart. He's an incredible character and a real leader, and like a leader by example. And we've seen a couple of times this season that his performances have dipped below his usual incredibly consistent level. And I think a few of us were scratching our heads as to why. And he's given us a timely reminder that footballers are human beings with emotions. And the fact that he's managed to even show up and play at all is testament to what an incredibly strong character he is. Thankfully, he's got good people around him, and I hope he's being properly looked after and not just, pushing through the pain. I hope he gets a chance to actually sit and deal with it at some point, because he's a wonderful guy. He really does seem it. So, yeah, I hope he's all right. But if he did just want something to take his mind off it, a cheeky little relegation 6-pointer against Norwich might just do the trick. And unfortunately, that is what that game was. Soz. I have rarely been so nervous for a Leeds match. Not for a long time, to be honest with you. Certainly not since we've been promoted. Oh, God, it felt absolutely awful. Like, going into it, I was shitting myself like I'd just eaten a fucking job lot of out-of-date yogurts. Like, you can't really call any game this early into the season a must win, because if we didn't win it, then we won 10 games in a row afterwards, we'd be fucking fine. But in order to stave off Leeds United Twitter fully imploding on itself, it was quite important that we got the 3 points from Carrow Road. Especially given Norwich, as befitting of the most tin pot of all clubs, have been fucking shit this season. And we really needed to stick the fucking boot into those six-fingered fucks. I'm still not over the Becchio and Morrison deal. Norwich, of course, are led by the mythical fairy tale gnome that saves German Christmas every year, otherwise known as Daniel Farke, and have such illustrious players as Josh Sargent, a man who has modelled his look entirely on early noughties prop comedian Carrot Top, and Matthias Norman, who modelled his on Father Ted. Now, when the lineup was revealed for the Norwich game, I, and I think many other Leeds fans, were quite confused. I didn't really know how we were going to fully play. Like, it was certainly a lineup I'd never seen before. And it turned out when the game started, Marcelo Bielsa, being the true genius that he is, had come up with a plan so fiendishly complex that not even his own players had managed to understand it. Now think about it. How can an opponent plan to defend against you when you don't even know what you're doing? Genius. And the combination of our disjointedness and Norwich's shitness made the first half about as watchable as your mum's sex tape. And it turned out the lineup wasn't Marcelo's only confusing pick of the day. I have always said that Norwich were a bit of a bogey team. This truly was a game for the social media-addled attention span of the youth of today, as all of the action of the game was condensed into 5 minutes of absolute fucking chaos in the second half. First of all, after a lovely pair of passes from the imperious Pascal Struijk and the wildly inconsistent Dan James led to Rafinha doing some Rafinha things. He danced into the penalty area past a bunch of players and then scored by nutmegging 3 of them. You know, as you fucking do. And then, before I'd barely sat down on the sofa after kicking the ever-loving shit out of a beanbag in celebration, barely 1 minute passed till Ilan Meslier gave away the cheapest corner since I bought that job lot of out-of-date yogurts. And in scoring directly from it, Andrew Omobamidele made me want to smash me telly. And at this point, and I don't want to be overly dramatic here, so I will keep a lid on it, I would have gladly welcomed the sweet embrace of death. But then, about 3 minutes after that, Rodrigo took a pot shot from miles out, and Tim Krul just simply evaporated into thin air, which left us with a just about deserved and very, very welcome win. That was about it for action on the pitch, but there was plenty to be found on the sidelines where Rafinha clattered into God himself. Now, the only bit that annoys me in this is that Pablo Quiroga didn't chuck himself in front of Marcelo Bielsa to save him like he truly should. And that wasn't it for our walking deity, as he got smashed in the face with a ball. Just like your ma does. Is it too much to ask that Bielsa be transported around in like a Perspex bulletproof box like his understudy the Pope has? After the game, the Leeds fans were in fantastic mood and stayed around to watch Matthias Klich take some pot shots at goal, cheering everyone that went in. And there was a beautiful moment as Stuart Dallas received a massive ovation from the fans as he walked over. We'd all seen his interview in the week. We all know what he's been going through. And to see him receive the plaudits that he truly deserves. After another really good performance, he was back to something approaching his best there. It was really great to see. And the emotion on his face, feeling the love from us, was properly beautiful to behold. Ultimately, the game itself wasn't the most convincing win. It was not the performance that I was hoping for. Like, how much we miss Patrick Bamford and fullbacks is really concerning, to be honest, at the moment. Like, I know there's a whole thing of winning ugly's meant to be good, but Bielsa himself doesn't believe that. He thinks that a team that wins when playing badly learns to play badly. And hopefully that's not the case, because first half, that was fucking shit. But it was shit that got us 3 points and got us out of the relegation zone, and it's looking a little bit better. Norwich are adrift, Newcastle might even go down, we'll be well out of it. We should be. And after the game, Rafinha took to Instagram to take the piss out of Tim Krul, who after a previous victory against us had suggested that we weren't quite Barcelona. Like, Rafinha responded, "No, we are Leeds United. Good lad, love to see it." What I love to see even more is Rafinha wasn't even at the club when that game happened. He's posted a picture of Kemar Roof, who he definitely never played with. I am all for that. That shows that Rafinha truly gets this club. The fact that he is picked up on petty grudges that have nothing to do with him and go back ages, that's fucking Leeds, that. I'll be back with another one of these next Tuesday. Thanks very much for watching, especially my Patreons. You're keeping me going. Thank you very much. Marching on together.